Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch. Enmesh. Verb, enmeshment. To catch, as in a net. Entangle. Halyard. Noun, a rope for raising or lowering a sail or flag. Rope, wire, cable. The cult leader enmeshed his followers in a web of lies and deceit. His mother tried equally hard to enmesh young Harmon in the clutches of the Roman Catholic Church. The more we enmesh ourselves with the smart homes and smart grids, the more we entangle ourselves with AI and automation, the more vulnerable we become. The owners of the nets go out before dawn and wait for quail, arriving from across the sea, to come zinging over the beach and enmesh themselves. She went out very early on and sought to enmesh herself in the Tea Party movement. Foucault exposes the webs of power that permeate and enmesh all forms of human discourse. You meddle, you push, you enmesh and embroil. Irritate till you get your way. You're like pestilence. Dashiell's goal is to enmesh the United States in a web of multilateral commitments. The more someone is able to accept and love themselves, the less they need to enmesh with a partner, the less hurt they are when someone thinks badly of them, and the less invasive they become. The people whose visions and innovations built the wondrous cities and monuments, yet the tourists ignore the very people who build the wonders, and they don't want to visit or enmesh themselves in the culture. Both define the citizen and the web of reciprocal obligations that enmesh citizen and state, but in markedly different ways. They liken these to biofilms, ultra-thin carbon-rich sheets manufactured by certain terrestrial microbes to enmesh themselves in a protective habitat. Will engaging the military in operations that enmesh them in society's problems invite an erosion of civilian control? A director isn't supposed to enmesh himself in minutiae. The job leads to a network of contacts which enmesh the immigrant in the social fabric. Sometimes relationships can become enmeshed. Enmeshment of any kind can be damaging to the individual. Investigators believe they are most likely to find usable DNA on the flag's halyard. He could hear the ocean beating at the base of the cliff, and a halyard slapping a flagpole down the road somewhere. I looked at the fittings on the halyard and the fittings and the halyard in the photograph, and I was struck by how similar they were. The ocean doesn't help you. You help yourself. Tighten the halyard. Bind the stays. You can't sail? I'm self-taught. But as the pirates sailed for open water, a musket ball severed the halyard on their sloop, causing a sail to drop and a critical loss in speed. When the flag is flown on the same halyard as a state flag, the national flag should be at the peak. Advertising signs should not be attached to the staff or halyard. The halyard is a critical part of any sailing vessel, as it is used to control the sails. The salute is held until the flag is unsnapped from the halyard, or through the last note of music, whichever is the longest. One man swept overboard, held onto a halyard until he was rescued.